Hey guys, it's me, Mr. 250. Welcome back. Let's continue, and I guess Aunt Natsui is trying to make people go away because she's mean and suspects everyone. Because if Dr. Nanjo didn't say those words, this cold silence would surely continue forever.
落ち着きなさい、ナスヒさん。だが気持ちはよくわかる。わしだって今朝からの異常な事件続きで頭がどうかなってしまいそうだ。だからわしらを疑いたい気持ちもよくわかる。
もし本当に南條先生が無関係なら、私は無礼極まりないことをしているのだと思います。
Just a little bit?
ですが、今だけは分かってください。
わかった。わしらは部屋を出ましょう。どうですかな、源氏さん。客間に戻ってチェスの続きといきませんかな。
それをお望みでしたらぜひ。
私は嫌ですよ。だってこの中に狼がいると分かってて部屋から追い出されてしまうんですよ。嫌ですよ、奥様。どうかお許しください。
It was obvious what Kumasawa was trying to say. If she was innocent, then she was being ejected into dangerous territory along with the culprit. In the current situation, urging her to leave this room along with the suspects was almost exactly the same as getting her killed, as letting her get killed. However, Kumasawa-san really was suspicious just for being the first one to discover that Kanon-kun had been murdered. At that time, everyone except Kumasawa-san had an alibi. As long as the use of some device or existence of some 19th person could not be established, Kumasawa-san was by far the most likely suspect. I didn't want to believe it. However, Aunt Natsui and the rest of us were in such a difficult situation that we couldn't help doubting her as well. So we didn't say anything to stop Aunt Natsui from trying to oppressively chase them from the room. We had stopped her from shooting, but we were passively agreeing to chase the others out of the room. On top of that, Maria spoke to the fretful Kumasawa-san.
大丈夫だよ。ベアトリーチェは敬う人には優しいから。熊沢さんはベアトリーチェがいるって信じてるもん。だからきっと大丈夫だよ。マリアは客間でテレビを見るよ。一緒に見ようよ。ここテレビがなくてつまんないもん。
Maria's getting off of her crazy witch high, and she's going to watch TV and giggle like a regular girl. It looked like Kumasawa found Maria's roguish laugh very frightening. However, the three other people had agreed to leave the room. Kumasawa couldn't fight the flow and had to agree, crying as she left the room. I'm starting to feel a little bit bad about this now.
今夜はこれで。また明日お会いしましょう。
Hopefully.
今夜だけは分かってください。警察が来たら全員に今夜のこの無礼を必ず謝罪しますから。チェスもよろしいでしょうか。できたら安全なところに。現地頼みます。
かしこまりました。
仕方ありませんね。子連れの熊が一番恐ろしいと言いますから。
源氏も熊沢も本当に申し訳ありません。また明日お会いしましょう。
Hopefully while still all being
マ
alive.
リアちゃんも冷たいおばさんをどうか許し。
マリアは許す。
奥さん、
Good, she's normal, Maria now.
この部屋の鍵です。2本すべてをお預けします。
Genji-san pulled 2 golden keys from his pocket and handed them to Aunt Natsui.
それから私が持っているお屋敷内の鍵束もお預けいたします。
He took out a bundle of about 10 keys of various shapes. and handed it over. To the servants, those keys were probably proof of their position. Being placed in charge of those keys meant that they were trusted, relied upon. When they were forced to return them, it meant that they had lost that trust. Thinking about it this way, to Genji-san, who had worked here for a span of many years, there could be no greater shame. Except for dropping your mouse. Hold on. However, Genji-san's usual indifferent expression remained on his face.
源氏、私はお前をお父様がお亡くなりになったら長年の苦労をねぎらって退職を許すつもりでいました。なのにこのような習字を私は心より恥じます。
私は親方様より今日までの日々はそれに対するご恩返しの日々であっただけです。どうかお気に余れません。
それでは参りますかな、皆さん。おやすみなさい。
おやすみ。バトラもおやすみ。
あ、マリア、ちょっと待て。
Knowledge of my crime made me call Maria back. I groped around in my pocket and took out that scorpion key holder.
これ魔除けなんだろ。身につけとけ。
おお、バトラ、確か
Yeah, I totally lied.
なくしたって。
あん時はなんか尺になってなくしたとかホラ吹いただけだ。お前の大切なお守りをなくすわけねえだろ。
Maria silently took the charm. I was unable to say anything after that.
それでは皆様おやすみなさいませ。
We watched them leave, our expressions completely tired out, and we weren't even able to respond. And to think, everything that we've done so far has taken place over 2 days. Like, seriously, I mean, I know we were talking about this story moves slow, but man, it moves slow. Until the door closed and we heard the auto lock, we were unable to breathe. Then, we were finally allowed to take a breath. After that, I noticed that Beatrice's letter, which I had been gripping the whole time and which was soaked with my sweat, actually had 2 sheets. The paper had been tightly stuck together, so I had mistakenly thought that there was only one. There were no characters on the second sheet. Just the Triforce. The thing drawn there was a magic circle, written with a red ink like blood. Just like how every other magic circle up until then had been different, this magic circle was one that I had never laid eyes on. Inside the circle, a large triangle and a small triangle were fit together in a simple design. But just as before, there was writing in Hebrew, and it seemed clear that it held some kind of meaning. I wanted to know what that could be, but we had just chased Maria, the only person who could understand the meaning of magic circles, out of the room. Oh well, I'm sure it won't be important. I thought of this magic circle as Beatrice's second message. What does this magic circle mean? Darn it! After chasing out all the suspicious people, all we had to do was stay barricaded here until morning and everything would be probably over. Once the typhoon is past, when the seagulls cry, yet again, everything may be resolved. Or will it? But the letter, which had unexpectedly appeared in the study, forced us to reject that naivety. Yeah. It had made it very clear that, if time ran out, it would mean the witch's victory. When time runs out, is the witch planning to take on the offensive? This time, is she planning to display some kind of fearful magic power? Maybe something that could have been used to kill 6 adults at once? Wait, when is time supposed to run out? I don't know anything.
安全です。もう絶対に。
Even as she said that, Aunt Natsui couldn't stop gripping that rifle. There was no release in the tension of her expression. Of course, none of us felt like breathing a sigh of relief. At least, not until we could hear the cry of the seagulls once more. And where are we going? Midnight? 11:30 it looks like. And what have we done for the past while? Probably just sat around and moped about a bit. I would imagine. After we chased them out, nobody wanted to say anything. All of the suspicious ones had been chased out. Even though we had known that there might be some innocence among them, we had chased them out. We had chased them out of this paradise where people didn't have to doubt each other. But our motive for chasing them out had been suspicion of others, the worst kind of crime for a human. If we had accepted the existence of a 19th person, of the witch, then we all might still be talking face to face, trusting in each other. In that instant, we had agreed to chase out all of the suspicious people. But had that been the right thing to do? During this endless silence, we could do nothing but be quietly tormented by that sin. Aunt Natsui faced the door, without letting go of her rifle for even an instant, sitting far back in the sofa. She would probably spend the night staring at the door without a wink of sleep. George Yannicki gazed through a gap in the closed curtains by the window, looking down at the courtyard and the mansion that surrounded it. I didn't know whether he was checking to see if a suspicious shadow would become visible through the window, or whether he was wondering to himself about something. Jessica was sitting sideways on the sofa next to Aunt Natsui, with a dead expression on her face. And every once in a while, as though she just remembered something, she would take out the inhaler she'd used during her asthma attack and stick it in her mouth. I had just heard it from Aniki, but apparently Jessica liked Canon-kun. Oh, man. Oh, so that's why she was defending him so hard. It seemed that it was such a vague thing that she hadn't realized it herself. You know, it's the kind of thing that other people tend to spot before the person in question realizes it. In that case, she might have first learned of her feelings when the person she liked died. It was truly pitiful and sad. Come to think of it, Canon-kun had been the one to hand her that inhaler. Maybe she was remembering that. I was fishing around Grandfather's study, thinking I'd researched the meaning of the magic circle on the second sheet of the letter. Even though we were shut up here in a defensive position, my rebellious nature made me want to find some key, some way to resist. After all, we had plenty of time until tomorrow morning. No matter what I do at that time, no one can find fault with it. No one else showed that much interest in this magic circle. Its meaning was unknown, and once we understood it, we were sure to find some message that would cause us unnecessary anguish. I also agreed about this. However, I couldn't just ignore it, so I killed time pretending to research it.
熱心だね。何か手がかりになるようなことは見つけられたかい？
さっぱりさ。そもそも日本語で書かれた本を探すことからして骨だぜ。じいさまは一体何カ国語を読めたってんだ。大したもんだぜ。
バトラ君は眠くないの？誰かが起きていてくれてるうちに休んだ方がいいよ。夏日おばさんは寝ず番をしてくれると言ってるけど、体が持つわけない。ローテーションで休んだ方がいいよ。
And then of course what's going to happen is everybody's going to end up falling asleep, and then somebody's going to wake up and either one or more people are going to be murdered. I bet that's what's going to happen.
じゃあ兄貴が先に休めよ。俺は眠気が来るまでちょいと調べ物をしてるさ。
さっきの魔法陣。
まあな、どうせ時間は腐るほどあるさ。ベアトリーチェ様がどういうメッセージを込めやがったのか面白そうだと思って
よせよ。そういうのやってると妙なのに取りつかれちまうぜ。
安心しろよ。俺はマリアにお墨付きをもらってるぜ。俺には霊的才能は活気しなんだとよ。
マリアのこと邪険にしすぎたかな。
Oh, I don't know. Maria kind of set herself up for all of that.
ジェシカ、今はそれを考えてはなりません。でも母さん、もしもマリアが無関係で犯人が他にいたなら、犯人は襲いやすい相手を狙うに決まってる。それで殺されたなら、私たちは見殺しにしたことになるよ。
A gloomy silence settled once again. It looked like Jessica regretted letting her emotions take hold of her and snapping at Maria. She had always been like that. Always acting tough and regretting it later.
気持ちはわかりますが、マリアは犯人と接触し、こともあろうか、その肩を持つように煙に巻く発言を繰り返しています。私はこの部屋から追い出せて清々しています。
夏日おばさんって結構きついっすね。9歳の女の子のザレ言かもしれないじゃないっすか。
It probably wasn't very convincing to hear that coming from me. I, myself, had thought Maria was creepy on several occasions, and I had doubted her true nature. And when Maria had been chased out of this room, I couldn't deny that I felt some relief.
もしそうだったなら、明日謝罪します。彼らをこの部屋から追い出したのは全て私の責任です。だからあなたたちが気に病むことはないのです。
I could feel a tragic determination in Aunt Natsui's words. To protect her own daughter, she had resolutely chased out the suspicious ones. And, if as a result, she had to watch people who had unfortunately been suspected die, so be it. She was prepared to take full responsibility.
なんでマリアってあんなことばかり言うんだよ。自分で自分の首を絞めてるぜ。
もともとマリアちゃんが魔女や魔法に傾倒するようになったのは、僕はローザおばさんのせいじゃないかと思ってる。
ローザおばさんのせい？
Is it probably because Aunt Rosa is so strict and she wants to be so different?
何がどう関係してるってんだよ。
バトラ君だって気づいてるんじゃないかい。マリアちゃんの本当の父親は随分昔に蒸発してるんだ。おばさんはそれを海外出張とか言ってごまかしているけどね。
後宮家ではローザさんたちに関わる話はタブーとされているところがあります。
おばさんは再婚だって考えたと思うよ。でもマリアちゃんの存在が枷になって非常に難しかったんじゃないかと思うんだ。だっておばさんは時折ものすごく感情的にマリアちゃんに当たっていたから。
それについては同感だぜ。ローザおばさんはマリアを好きになろうと努力してるように見えた。ってことはつまり好きじゃないってことなんだよな。再婚の妨げになっているマリアに思うところがあったんだろうよ。
母親の感情的な拒絶がきっと彼女の幼い心に深い傷を残したと思うんだ。そしてどこかでオカルト趣味と出会い、心の隙間を埋めるように没頭していく。知ってるかい？マリアちゃんにとって魔女のイメージは決してネガティブなものじゃないんだよ。ほら、 昨日海岸でマリアちゃんのノートを見せてもらわなかったかい？
ああ、なんだか楽しそうな落書きでいっぱいだったぜ。
Yesterday, when we were down by the beach doubting the witch, Maria had gotten all riled up and started explaining about witches. And not one of the pages shown had a picture of an ugly witch, or probably people being murdered and stuff. She's probably overlooking all the murder and just more associating the happy witch with everything. They were all brightly colored, beautiful, cute witches that looked like they were having fun. There was absolutely nothing sinister about them, like a boy might have imagined. They were beings adorned with beautiful dresses, who could grant anyone's dreams with their mysterious magic, and who made everyone happy. The sorrow of not being loved by her mother. Had Maria saved herself from that, seeking help from witches as beings who could give her happiness? Someday, a witch would come, and, using her wonderful magic, would bring Maria happiness. Even though she believed that, as she grew older, she had to face reality as her fleeting dreams were sliced to ribbons one by one. If in front of a girl like that, something claiming to be the witch of Rokinjima appeared, and whispered that she would take Maria to the Golden Land, where Maria could be happy, well, she'd probably follow that almost unconditionally.
僕は今頃になって胸中を告白するよ。マリアちゃんを、いや、源氏さんたちを追い出したのは多分いけないことだったんじゃないかな。
気まずくはあるぜ。
Since Jessica had been the one to face them and slam with words of rejection, her conscience must be tormenting her a lot right now.
なら、皆さんはあの手紙をどう説明するのですか？私の後ろにいた4人以外の誰にも置くことはできなかった。それは私がこの目ではっきり確認しています。あの4人が潔白だというなら、どうやってこの密室の8人もの人間がいる中で手紙を置けたというのですか？
そうなんだよ。その話が始まっちまうと、確かに4人は怪しいってことになっちまう。だが全然ダメなんだ。ああ、全然ダメだぜ。
That phrase keeps coming up a lot.
ダメって何がだい？
ああ、もう今さら何の役にも立たないかもしれねえが、またチェス盤をひっくり返させてくれ。つまりあの4人が本当に犯人だってんならよ、おかしい。
そうだぜ。あんなテーブルの上に堂々と置いたら、この中に犯人がいますよと。
Yeah, if you look at it like that, unless it, like, they felt like they had nothing to worry about being called the culprit, which I guess still does make Maria a little bit suspicious. Like, they had no reason to do that, I guess, is what they're trying to say. No motive. Because the only thing that could come out of that was being suspected that one of them was the culprit. So, it's highly doubtful that they would have done it, honestly.
そうだよ。おかしい。やるなら、例えば扉の隙間に置いて、廊下側から差し込まれたように見せかけるとか。
That would be a far better solution if you're trying to make it seem like it's somebody else, like if somebody else wanted to do it, yeah.
そうだよ。部屋の外に犯人がいるように見せかけなきゃ、自分が疑われてしまうことが分かってたはず。
ああ、そういうことなんだ。あの4人の中に犯人がいたとして、テーブルのど真ん中に手紙をポンと置くことはリスクばかりで何の意味もないんだ。
Exactly.
だがどうやってそこに手紙を置いたかのトリックは置いといて、あの4人以外の誰か、すなわちこの部屋の外に犯人がいたと仮定したとき、あの手紙には大きな意味が生まれる。
That's true, isn't it? They would gain splitting up the group, which is something that you'd want to do to be able to still be able to keep killing people while preserving your invisible magic, sort of. Because that's the only thing they seem to have so far, is that everyone's being killed without anybody else who survived seeing it. So that seems to be their goal somehow, is to preserve their magic without anybody seeing it, kind of. At least from what I can tell so far.
よしなさい、バトラ君。今さら些細な問題です。
Natsui-san quickly guessed what I was guessing at. Or getting at. No, maybe she'd thought of it long before I had, and had simply held her tongue.
この部屋の外に犯人がいて、俺たちが外から手出しをできない密室に立てこもっちまったらお手上げだ。
That's true, because they don't seem to... I mean, maybe they have the ability to kill people while everybody else is in a group, but they don't seem to want to do that. So, they probably wanted us to split up, and everyone else in the other group is probably dead right now.
ああ、そうだよ。この部屋からじいさまがいなくなったって話の時、俺が披露した説じゃねえか。じいさまが自分から出ていくという説。自分から出ていくような何かの細工を犯人がして、まんまと外へおびき出していたのだとしたら。
Come to think of it, when we found the scorpion magic circle on the doorknob to the study, Maria had said it herself. Beatrice couldn't get through this door. So that's why she probably put the letter there. She can influence people, but she can't physically get in there and kill people. So she probably wanted them to leave the room, and they are probably very dead right now. Yeah, it sounds like it actually. Pretty likely.
源氏たちもバカではありません。身を守ろうと思うなら、この部屋の次に安全な場所をすぐに思いつくでしょう。そこできっと身を潜めています。
Aunt Natsui hadn't answered the question. Aunt Natsui herself realized that if the culprit hadn't been in that group, that letter easily could have been a trap. However, it wasn't worth the risk of calling back the people she had once thrown out. To Aunt Natsui, right now, her greatest and only duty was to protect the children, just not Maria. She was thinking that, in order to do that, a few sacrifices were unavoidable.
なあ、夏日おばさん、きついこと聞くぜ。もしあの時、たまたまジェシカもおばさんの後ろにいたなら、おばさんはこの部屋からジェシカも
I was thinking about that. Like, what if Jessica was suspicious? Then would she have thrown out Jessica? I think not.
確かに残酷なところはあったかもしれない。でも、夏日おばさんは母として娘を守りきろうと思った。その責務から自分がやがては糾弾されることを覚悟で彼らを追放したんだ。俺は別にそれを責めてえわけじゃねえ。ただそのジェシカはいいお袋を持ったなってそう思ったのさ。
She's a little rash occasionally with how she deals with things.
夏日おばさんは朝からずっと続いているこんな事件の中でも冷静さを失わずずっとみんなを牽引してきてくれた。もしおばさんまで混乱していたら僕たちは今頃全員犯人の手にかかっていたかもしれない。だから僕たちはおばさんに感謝しなくちゃいけないと思う。
ありがと
う。バトラたちの言いたいことはマリアの母でもあってほしいって。私マリアのことを実の妹みたいだとずっと思って可愛がってきた。なのにいろんなことがあってひどいことをたくさん言って傷つけてしまった。母さん、マリアも、みんなも一緒にいようよ。私たちの中に犯人なんていなかったんだよ。この事件の犯人は魔女のベアトリーチェでいいじゃないか。だからもう疑い合うのはやめようよ。
Aunt Natsui closed her eyes for a short while. Was she coping with her throbbing headache again? Or was she thinking of something?
ジェシカは主人と結婚してから12年もかけてようやく授かった大切な娘です。私はジェシカを守るためならどのような鬼にでもなります。
That was some pretty strong language at the end there. She realized very well that she was oversimplifying, but even so, she was strongly resolved to protect her daughter, even if she had to become a demon. But that was because of the knowledge of her crime tormented her. Today had been so long. So many things had happened in one day, and we had been cornered so thoroughly. I wonder if we have the right to greet tomorrow the way we are now. There it is. Did you finally find what the magic circle meant? Inside the book I had been flipping through, I found the same magic circle that had been drawn on the second sheet of the letter. George Anarchy appeared at it as well. This magic circle's name was the Third Magic Circle of Mars. The Hebrew written on it was from Psalm 77, verse 13 of the Old Testament. What God is so great as our God? The meaning of the magic circle was discord, which is agitate internal divisions and cause the enemy to bring about their own downfall, which is basically what we've just done. We definitely fell into that trap. Could there be a more fitting way to describe our current situation and mental state? We couldn't help but be stunned into silence. More or less, yeah, entirely. They got like a secret hatch in the roof that they can drop letters through.
とにかくどうやってここに置いたのかその方法は捨ておくぜ。とにかく犯人の狙いはたった一つ。この鉄壁の書斎に疑心暗鬼を引き起こして生贄の羊を俺たちの手で外へ放り出させることだったんだ。
Pretty much.
だとしたら狙いは外へ出された人たちだ。
母さん、どうしよう。
We should probably go try to find them.
あの4人が危ない。
It wasn't surprising that Aunt Natsui remained unpleasantly silent. Even if this was all a trap by the culprit, even if the four of us who had been chased out of the room were in danger, it had nothing to do with the safety of the four people in here. And there was no way to prove the innocence of the four people we had chased out. If we were willing to let them die, then we shouldn't leave this room no matter what. That way is safest. Ooh, there's a phone in here. That time the piercing sound of a phone rang through the room. It was the antique extension phone that was set on the table in Grandfather's study. It started ringing right as we began this conversation. It was natural that we would think it was an SOS from the others we had chased out. But then Aunt Natsui spoke. Ooh, spooky. I left on such a bad cliffhanger last time, and I'm gonna do it again, aren't I? What time is it? Got a little bit of time today. Alright, fine. We're gonna do one more today. One more, because I don't want to leave on another cliffhanger. I'm gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna continue, because this seems like it's gonna lead to a lot of fun. Be right back in just a bit.